Hello and welcome back to Midweek Encouragement. I had a friend, he's since gone on to be with the Lord, that really got me to start to understand the principles behind Alcoholics Anonymous. Now, I'm not an alcoholic, but just like everyone else, I have my stuff. I have my hang-ups, I have my issues. And I believe everyone really does have an addiction, but most are not willing to admit it. And the substance they abuse isn't really the problem. The bottom line is it's a matter of control. When we can't control what we want to, we battle control for, we have problems. When we can't control what we want, we try to remove our view of the problem with something else. And now we may feel what we are doing isn't harmful, at least to anybody else. But most often, we practice this self-harm in darkness and away from other people. Isolation is never a good thing. In fact, I think that's why God said it's not good for man to be alone. We need each other. Now, in some instances, some people have become blind to their battle for control. They may not let others get a word in edgewise while in a conversation, or they hide themselves in their work because work is an escape from something else. Now, my friend who introduced me to AA would often ask me this question: tell me something that you're thankful for. Give me 3 things that you're thankful for. And he would often start off saying, well, I'm thankful I slept in a bed last night. I'm thankful I got to eat today. I'm thankful I've got shoelaces and they didn't break. And then he'd keep going on. I'm thankful that I've got feet to put into shoes. I'm thankful I got shoes. And he would go on and on. But I think that's an important thing that we ought to do on a daily basis. Think about the things that we are thankful for. But better than that, what about what we are grateful for? Because there's a difference between being thankful and being grateful. Thankful is temporary. Gratitude or gratefulness is long lasting. And I think that gratitude is a very important thing, is as important as food is for our well-being. If we fail to practice gratitude, if we're going to practice grumbling, and I don't think we need a lot of practice to grumble. I've known several people that that were very good at grumbling. Have you ever met somebody who would complain if they didn't have something to complain about? And please don't give me their names. Don't put their names on here. But there are some people that they would complain if their ice cream was cold, right? I've often said if you stir manure, it still stinks. And the best thing you can do is just put the stick down. Last Monday, I started on a what you might call a ministry of helps. Someone I care deeply about had a tree limb down at their house. And I went over there with my corded chainsaw, and I had just fixed this thing. I was making good progress in taking care of things. I'd gotten the tree disconnected from the tree limb, disconnected from the rest of the tree, and I was cutting up the other pieces. Well, within about 20 minutes of starting, I was sitting in the emergency room waiting for the doctor to come stitch my hand up. Chainsaws are equipment that has been designed with 2 handles on it. And those handles, 2 handles, are there for a reason, because you have 2 hands and you ought to have both hands on the machine. It's for your safety. I've often said God protects the innocent and the stupid. Don't prove which one you are. Now, 12 stitches later, I was leaving the hospital and getting after everything else I needed to try to get done for that day. And by the way, the rest of that tree limb, it was taken care of by someone else without the aid of a chainsaw. I saw the hand of God protecting me in this. First, it was my left hand, which is a good thing because I'm right-handed. You never realize how much you end up needing your non-dominant hand until you're not supposed to use it. Another thing that I'm very thankful for is that the damage was only to the skin. I went Friday and there is no apparent damage to the tendon. I'm healing every day thanks to the power of God, thanks to the power of prayer and the favor of God. I am so thankful I didn't lose a digit. If it had been my right hand, it would have been even worse because I need to be able to write as well as, holy cow, and some of his friends, I think they would have lost their voice, or at least their inability to do what we do. I'm reminded, and I really appreciate First Chronicles 16:34. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. First Chronicles 16:34. Let's listen to that again. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. It does not say life is good. It says God is good. And it also says his faithfulness, his faithful love endures forever. I believe that we need to focus on that God is good, because some days life isn't good. Some days there are distractions. Maybe it's a medical issue or a family issue, but no matter what, God is good. And I encourage you to take a moment and write out First Chronicles 16:34. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. And place it someplace you're going to see every single day, the first thing of the day. And I think that this is an assignment for us to do before our feet even hit the floor in the morning. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Before you start thinking about the agenda for the day, I believe that we need to remember God is good, and no matter what success we have with the agenda, it is only possible by him. When God is our reason for gratitude, we're always going to have a reason to give thanks. This is more than just a verse to be read. I believe it's a prayer or a praise to be voiced to God. There is power in beginning the day with gratitude. Gratitude resets our mindset. Um, and so we don't focus on what we lack, but we focus on what we've been given. And it reminds us that God's faithfulness didn't end yesterday, and that his mercy is new every day. What can you thank God for more than just a meal that you're about to eat or you've just eaten? What are 3 things that you're grateful for today? In fact, write them down in the comments. Um, and then tomorrow, come up with 3 more things. And the next day. And so just make it a daily practice to think about what you're grateful for. Because I'm grateful that my accident didn't affect my piano playing. Well, I've never been able to play piano to begin with, but all joking aside, I'm grateful for God's protection. And I know that he has more great things for me to do for him and with him, and things he wants to do in me. Because without him, I'm nothing. And without him, I can do nothing. And I just want to give God my gratitude in praise.